Hi, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined in studio now by Mr. Tom Djokovic. He is the CEO of XsunX Incorporated. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, good to see you again.
It's great to be back, Don. Thanks.
You know, Tom, it seems like in the last few days, solar has made a lot of news. We've seen Goldman Sachs and Berkshire Hathaway invest heavily in solar. That only can be good for your industry.
Oh, absolutely, Don. What we're seeing is not just here domestically, but globally, is this kind of a stretching. You got the existing manufacturing infrastructure, and you've got this. It's been waiting for installations to pick up, and you're starting to see a lot of new investment and commitments in new installations. That's where Goldman Sachs $500 million to Solar City, and Berkshire Hathaway buying, I believe, was Nevada Energy. So there's a lot of investment that way, and what's going to happen here is it's starting to really start to fill in that gap, and as a result, we're starting to see interest in capital expenditures. That's what we offer: capital equipment, manufacturing equipment for SIGs, and we're starting to see a resurgence in that, especially in developing regions like Middle East, Africa, South America, places like that where we're currently talking to people. Well,
of course, now this kind of good news is 180 degrees from what was happening last year. I mean, solar had bad PR last year, what with Solyndra and things like that. So here we are in 2013. It's a whole new atmosphere, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Solyndra was kind of the tipping point, and they happen to be in SIGs as well as we are, and their application, though, I like to say, it was a well-funded bad idea, and in my opinion. And there's a lot of other SIGs companies with interesting ideas that have gone by the wayside since, and it's kind of like last man standing at this point. We're in that area, and we have a kind of technology we call SIG Solar, is a new way to make SIG solar cells as an alternative use for silicon solar cells, and capital expenditures in the large markets have been really tight, but these developing regions are looking to start to expand, and that's where we're seeing interest for our systems right now.
Now, you've taken on into your organization a pretty well-known industry expert. Why don't you tell us about him?
Well, yeah, recently we went ahead and retained Dr. John Tuttle. John is a well-known scientist in the CIGS space. He spent quite a few years at the National Renewable Energy Laboratories, where he was in charge of the SIGs program. He wound up developing a lot of, actually setting new world records, really elevating the technology while he was there. But he's also an entrepreneur, and that's what we really like about him, because he thinks outside the box of what a normal engineer or scientist would. Really thinks about the business side. He was in last week for several days, strategizing with us, really presented a lot of really neat ideas of where he thought the technology would be applicable, how we could expand and look to new markets to deploy it. So it was a very exciting time with him. We're glad to have him on board.
Once again, XsunX Incorporated. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, story always gets better and better every time you come in. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Don.